Sai Ram. Hearty welcome to Sri Sathya Sai Lok Seva Gurukulam. Free online classes in science. How are you all? Fine? We are in a very interesting chapter. We are coming to the end of it. About natural phenomena. So what are the natural phenomena we studied? Yes, we studied about, yes, lightning, correct? Winds, storms, correct? Earthquakes, is it not? So we are discussed that there are two kinds of charges. One is called positive charge and another is negative charge. And the device called electroscope. The electroscope will help us to find the kind of charge present in it. Correct? For example, glass rod is positively charged. Rub it against silk. Silk is negatively charged. So like that we can make out the kind of charge by the help of electroscope. Also for long, tall buildings. Can you name the tallest building in the world? Yes. Burj Khalifa. It is in Dubai. That is the tallest building so far. So, such buildings which are very tall, they will be affected by the lightning. So, what they do for that? They will have what is called as lightning conductor, which I studied in the previous class. There will be copper plate, there will be spikes in the end, and this copper plate is connected to the earth. So any attack of the lightning or any excess of charges, that will be passed on to the earth. So a building will be safe. And also we discussed why the spikes are there. Sharp ends. These sharp ends will catch the charges sharply. Okay. And also we have heard about or discussed about earthquakes. Quake means shaking. Shaking of the earth, also called as tremors. Earth tremors. What are they? They are the disturbance deep inside the earth's crust. We have seen earth has got 4 layers. Outermost, or what you see outside, is nothing but earth crust. Inside that you have mantle, then you have outer core, then you have inner core. Correct? So the outermost layer, what you see now, consisting of rivers, mountains, land, and so on. This is all called earth crust. At about 30 to 40 kilometers depth. And there will be disturbance in that. That is because of the movement of the plates. Is it not? It may be, sliding each other, or it may be, moving forward, backward, etc. So that causes earthquake. And we know very well how much damage does earthquake take place. How much damage earthquake does. Is it not? If it is mild, less than say 5, there will be no danger. Only some tremors will be there. But if it is more than 7, very destructive. It is called destructive earthquakes. Is it not? For example, in India, it happened in Kashmir and Gujarat. Bhuj area is called Bhuj. So there it happened. What happened then? Then lot of buildings fell down and many people died. Lot of loss of property. Correct? So there are a lot of dangers in case of major earthquakes. Okay, now let us see the home assignment now. First question, list 3 states in India where earthquakes are more likely to strike. The 3 states in India where earthquakes are more likely to strike are Jammu and Kashmir. Where is Jammu and Kashmir? It is the topmost of India. Is it not? One of the most beautiful states, because it is beautiful because of gardens. Apple is very famous. Lot of hilly regions. Then you have Gujarat, and then Assam. Of course, wherever the earth's crust is thinner, these earthquakes are more likely to happen. Now, second question, explain why it is safe to use wireless phones, what you call it as cordless phones, instead of landline telephone during lightning. Landline will have what is called as wires. So during lightning, an electric charge may discharge through telephone cords of landline telephone and may become dangerous. There will be wire, no? That wire is a conductor. So what happens when there is a lightning? The electric charge will come to the wires. Hence, it may disturb or distort the phone. Therefore, it is safer to use mobile phones and wireless cordless phones. Cordless means without wire. Such phones are very convenient because it will not affect the system. So one should not have cord phones or what you call as landline phones during lightning time. Okay, next question, what is a lightning conductor? Have you seen it? Yes, of course, you might have seen it. There is a above all the buildings, it will be erected. So a lightning conductor can protect buildings from the effect of lightning. Okay, what are the effects of earthquakes? Earthquake can cause immense damage to buildings, bridges, dams and properties. Okay, dams also, when the earthquake is huge or more than 7, it will cause damage to the dams also. Okay, and now coming to the today's topic, we will have discussion about 3 topics. Measurement of the magnitude of earthquake. We heard about earthquake, how it happens. Now how to measure it, and the seismic waves. So seismic means what? Connected with earthquakes. How the waves are produced, how it is transferred, and the device of measuring the earthquake, that is called seismograph, and protection against earthquakes. So what are the precautions to be taken? Now shall we see one graph for that? How the scale, so measurement of magnitude of earthquakes is done by a scale called Richter scale. Richter, R-I-C-H-T-E-R, Richter scale. You heard about meter scale, correct? Weighing scale. So many scales you heard. Like that, there is one scale called Richter scale, where the power of earthquake is measured. For example, this graph, it shows maximum ground motion measured on seismograph. So distance in microns. So this is in microns. So that is on the y-axis, and x-axis you have Richter magnitude. So this is called major. 78. The earthquake is Richter scale about 78. Then we call it as major. And this is within 3 is minor. Then you have small, moderate. 4 to 5 is moderate, and 6 to 7 is strong. What you call. For example, in 9/2/1964, Alaska earthquake is about 9.2, where lakhs of people died. And 7/9/1906 in San Francisco. Now in 1906 in San Francisco it was 7.9 Richter scale. This is 9.2 in Richter scale. That also crores of rupees are wasted. And 6.9 in 1989 in California earthquake. And 5.7 in Salt Lake City earthquake. And India also experienced this major earthquakes, especially in Kashmir and also in Gujarat. So really destructive earthquakes have magnitudes higher than 7 on the Richter scale. For example, Bhuj, that is in Gujarat, and Kashmir earthquakes have magnitudes greater than 7.5. That is called as Richter scale. Okay, that is how the earthquakes are measured. If it is less than 3, there is no danger, only some tremors you experience. So as increase from 3, it will be more and more dangerous. Now let us see something about Richter scale in detail. So this is not linear. So the Richter scale, what you are using the scale is not linear. For example, earthquake of magnitude 6 is about 1000 times more than that of magnitude 4. Actually, in linear mathematics, we say it is 1.5 times. 6 is 1.5 times that of magnitude 4, we call it. But it is not so. So in case of Richter scale, if you say the magnitude is 6, means it is 1000 times more destructive than earthquake of magnitude 4. So look at the change here. That's why it is called as non-linear. And so this is the waves what you get. And also you can prepare your own seismograph. The device that is used to measure this earthquake, intensity of earthquakes is seismograph. So this is one kind of graph here, showing the largest amplitudes of seismic waves. So these are the seismic waves. They are transverse waves. So it has a height up to 10 centimeters or 1 lakh microns. So this is in y-axis, this is in x-axis. These waves are called seismic waves. Can you give one more example of this type of waves? Called as transverse waves, where there are ups and downs. Can you give one more example? Yeah, in a well, the water is steady, put a stone, what happens? And that can be beautifully seen by a paper boat. How many of you know making paper boat? Okay, some of you know it, right? Okay, make a paper boat and put it in water in the well. One stone if you put inside or drop from up, what happens to the paper boat? It goes up and down. What is they called? They are called as waves. What type of waves? Transverse waves. So these are also transverse waves. There will be ups and downs. Okay? And because it is happening due to the earth crust, we call it as seismic waves that produces what? It produces earthquake or tremors. The tremors means shaking, produced waves on the surface of the earth. These are called seismic waves. I think you understood the meaning of the word waves. The continuous ups and downs are called as waves. How many have seen Arabian Sea or Bay of Bengal or any ocean? Yeah, some of you have seen, correct? There you see a lot of waves coming. Who makes it so? It is due to gravity, correct? It may be due to the gravity between moon and the earth or sun and the earth. Is it not? Earth has one gravity and moon has one gravity. So when they come near, there will be change in the movement of the ocean waves. Okay. Now shall we think of one more device that can be done in the laboratory? You can prepare your own seismograph. The device that is used to find the seismic waves is called seismograph. So these seismic waves are recorded by an instrument called, this is a very simple model of the seismograph. You can also prepare. What you must make is, you must have a rotating drum here. We have done it in the laboratory here. So there we used one kg cardboard drum. Okay, and inside we kept some motors for movement. And there is a string here. This is called string. And this is a pendulum bob to which one pen is attached. Why you want pen? To record the waves. So this is the chart paper. Okay, and this is a stand, so support. So if you fix some motor here, what you have done in the laboratory, we done fixed motor. So this drum rotates. As the drum rotates, the pen go on showing the waves. Is it not? So here that can be recorded. This is only a model I am telling. So this is a typical seismograph record. So every day they go on recording. If there is any danger or any clue about the earthquake, they are going to announce. For example, the earthquake that happened in Gujarat and some parts of Karnataka, they have got it quite early. But it happened in the early mornings, and that's why they could not communicate properly. And also people did not take seriously. Even in case of tsunami also, on December 26th, they were knowing it. They are recorded actually that tsunami is going to come. They announced it, but they are not ready. The people of that area were not ready to quit the place. That's why many of them lost their lives, their houses and all that. So seismograph, please note the name. Seismic center. Where is the seismic center in Karnataka? Anybody? Yes, it is in Gauribidnur, a place called Hosur. It is a seismic center is there where the earthquakes are recorded. And the device is called seismograph. The waves are called seismic waves. And the scale is called Richter scale. The instrument is simply a vibrating rod. So this is a vibrating rod or a pendulum which start vibrating when tremors occur. A pen is attached to the vibrating system. The pen records the seismic waves on a paper which moves under it. So this is a paper. So when a paper, on the paper, it go on recording the ups and downs, and by that they will make out whether there will be earthquake or not. So actually what happens inside the earth's crust, there will be one center called as epicenter, and the movement of the plates, what you have studied in the previous class, the plates move either sliding each other or forward backward motion. That leads to that waves, they will be transferred to the top surface. So this is earth surface here. You can see plantations here, and these are called seismic waves. It is nothing but tremors. You might have experienced, some of you might have seen or heard about it. The buckets will shake, the things will fall, there will be little shaking, and this is it happens. So this is called epicenter, from which the tremors will transfer to the earth's top surface. So whatever there is in the top, that will be affected, and you can see some the concentric circles here. Just as you have seen the waves in the well, put a stone, all the waves are produced. These waves will transfer to the end, correct? So also here these circles, they will go on sending the waves. That is how actually it happens, and the device is called seismograph. By studying these waves, scientists can construct a complete map of the earthquake as shown. They can also estimate its power to cause destruction. So you have seen in the previous slide that how the map can be drawn, okay, and also the amount of danger that may come due to earthquake. Now what shall we do for protection? Suppose a message comes to you that there will be earthquake today. What you must do? So buildings in a seismic zone should be so designed that they can withstand major tremors. In Japan, for example, they take all care while building the huge buildings, and they should be withstand. Withstand means they should bear it. Small tremors we can bear it by the help of the buildings constructed in that way. Advisable to make the structure so simple so that it is quake safe. Quake safe means what? Quake safe means safety from the earthquake. So the quality of the material what you use will be like that. So qualified architects and structural engineers are to be consulted for buildings, So you have to construct the architects, and it is highly seismic area. In highly seismic areas, the use of mud or timber is better than using heavy construction material, and keep roofs as light as possible. In Japan they do it so. They make use of mud or timber so that it is very light in nature. So the tremors will be least affected because they are very light in nature. Suppose you have constructed materials are very strong of concrete, etc. The tremors will be more, the building cracks will be more, and the danger also will be more. So the best way is to have timber or mud having light in it, and it will be safe from that. Now let us see the protection in earthquake. What you must do? Be careful where you hang wall clocks, photo frames, water heater, etc. So that in the event of an earthquake, they do not fall on people. So in every house there will be wall clock, correct? And photos of gods or elders. Then water heater. All these are natural, they will be fixed to the walls. What happens if the earthquake takes place? They will shake and they will fall on the heads of the people who are going nearby. So in such case, they should be careful. You can either remove it if it is known earlier that earthquake is going to happen. Okay, since some buildings may catch fire also due to earthquake, necessary that all buildings have to be fighting equipments in working order, not firefighting experiment. Yes. So there should be firefighting equipments. It's called fire extinguisher. You have seen it? What is the gas that is coming out? That is carbon dioxide. The chemicals inside it, sodium bicarbonate and sulfuric acid dilute. That will be there inside, and the reaction takes place, it produces carbon dioxide. So naturally all buildings should have what is called as fire extinguishers, firefighting equipments in working order. That is very important. Some of the buildings have fire extinguishers but they will not be working, but it should be working order. Okay. And here is one interesting thing, that Central Building Research Institute, Roorkee, has developed know how to make quake resistant houses. So when you want to build a house, you should make such that it is free from earthquakes. Resistant means to withstand. And what is the name of the institute? Central Building Research Institute of Roorkee, near Jamshedpur it is, Rourkela. Do you know what is famous for? Rourkela? Iron and steel factory. Tata Iron and Steel Factory. So there is an institute which will suggest about quake resistant houses. Okay. So what you must do if you are at home, take shelter under the table and stay there till the shaking stops. Under the table, just like a mouse, you must sit under the table. Why you must sit under the table? Because suppose if the earthquake is of a higher order, it will fall on that. The building may collapse. In that case, if you are under the table, you are safe until the shaking stops. Stay away from the tall and heavy objects that may fall on you. Say tall means say something like trees or even buildings also, tall buildings. So we have to take care to stay in a distance from tall buildings and heavy objects. Even trees also, tall trees you should avoid, because anytime it may fall off. If you are in a bed, do not get up. Protect your head with a pillow. Suppose you have a pillow on your head, even if something collapses, your head will not be disturbed. So you must have a pillow on your head. If you are in bed, you should not get up. If you get up and walk, the top may come and fall on you, the roof. So that is what you have to do in the inside your house. If you are in outdoors, find a clear spot away from buildings, trees and overhead power lines. Drop to the ground. It should fall on the ground. Okay, and you have to avoid buildings, trees, and overhead power lines. There will be electrical wires. You might have seen some places. It goes from the transformer. So don't stand under that wires. You should avoid that wires. And if you are driving in a car or a bus, if you are in a bus or a car, do not come out. Ask the driver to drive slowly to a clear spot. Do not come out till the tremor stops. Don't jump from the bus or the car. Be safe inside the car. Okay? So these are the precautions you must take when you are in outdoors. Okay? Now let us see what Sadhguru Madhusudan Sai says. All of us are embodiments of love. For example, mother loves the child loves the mother. Then later now, after a certain age, the child goes to the school. Teacher loves the student, student loves the teacher. And then it continues. So anyway, we see that there is love all around. We are born out of love, live in love, and ultimately merge in love. This is what is called love is God, live in love. Okay? That is what our Sadguru Sri Madhusudan Sai says. Thank you.